The world watched in disbelief as the shadow of war descended upon Europe once more. On September 1, 1939, Germany, led by the ambitious and ruthless Adolf Hitler, invaded Poland. This act of aggression shattered the fragile peace that had followed World War I, plunging the world into a conflict of unprecedented scale and devastation. Fueled by nationalist fervor and a desire for expansion, Hitler's Germany had been steadily building its military might. The Nazi regime, with its hateful ideology of racial superiority, posed a grave threat to democracy and freedom across the globe. The invasion of Poland triggered a chain reaction as Great Britain and France, bound by treaties, declared war on Germany. The early years of the war were marked by a string of German victories. Utilizing the innovative tactic of blitzkrieg or lightning war, German forces swiftly overran much of Europe. The fall of France in June 1940 sent shockwaves through the Allied camp, leaving Great Britain to stand alone against the Nazi war machine. The tide of the war began to turn with the Battle of Britain. From July to October 1940, the skies over England became a fierce battleground as the German Luftwaffe clashed with the Royal Air Force. The resilience and courage of British pilots, aided by the newly developed radar technology, ultimately thwarted Germany's plans for an invasion of Britain. On December 7, 1941, the war took a dramatic turn with the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. This surprise attack on the U.S. naval base in Hawaii drew America into the conflict, transforming World War II into a truly global struggle. The United States, with its vast industrial capacity and resources, became a crucial ally for the beleaguered nations fighting against the Axis powers. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched a massive amphibious assault on the beaches of Normandy, France. This pivotal operation, known as D-Day, marked the beginning of the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi occupation. The bravery and sacrifice of the Allied soldiers who stormed the beaches that day helped turn the tide of the war in Europe. The course of World War II was profoundly shaped by the leadership of key figures on both sides of the conflict. Winston Churchill, the indomitable Prime Minister of Great Britain, rallied his nation with his stirring speeches and unwavering determination in the face of adversity. His leadership during Britain's darkest hour proved instrumental in maintaining morale and inspiring resistance against Nazi aggression. Across the Atlantic, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt guided the United States through the war, mobilizing the nation's resources and forging a grand alliance against the Axis powers. Roosevelt's vision of a post-war world order based on international cooperation laid the groundwork for the United Nations. On the Axis side, Adolf Hitler's tyrannical rule and genocidal ambitions cast a long shadow over the 20th century. His hateful ideology and ruthless pursuit of power plunged the world into darkness, leaving behind a legacy of unimaginable suffering and destruction. World War II was a watershed moment in human history, leaving an indelible mark on the world. The conflict resulted in an estimated 40 to 85 million fatalities, devastating entire nations and reshaping the geopolitical landscape. The war also witnessed horrific atrocities including the Holocaust, the systematic genocide of Jews and other minorities by the Nazi regime. In the aftermath of the war, a new world order emerged, marked by the rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers. The conflict also led to the formation of the United Nations, an international organization dedicated to preventing future wars and promoting global cooperation. The legacy of World War II continues to shape our world today. The lessons learned from the conflict, the importance of international cooperation, the dangers of unchecked aggression, and the enduring value of freedom and democracy remain as relevant as ever. As we remember the sacrifices of those who fought and died in World War II, let us strive to build a more peaceful and just world for all.